Hello, 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 welcome back to UKSM at UKSMi64. We're here with what is technically about to be the last speed run of the marathon, because tomorrow we're going into tutorials. So, yeah, Blaster Master Zero with Turkey. It's the last run of the marathon, technically. Remember, if you can, donate to Special Effects through the link on !donate or the link on stream. Either one works, it's great. I'm going to throw you over to our runner in the chair, TKY, and he is going to take us on a wonderful journey through the world of Blaster Master Zero.
Oh, well, I'm at least going to try anyway. So yeah, welcome back. I am TKY once again. For the story, this is actually the first time I'm ever going to do this run live and in any form, because I actually don't own a PC. I have no means to stream this, so hopefully this is going to go pretty smoothly. Just a quick note on the category. This is EX character Shantae. Any percent. It's pretty much the same game as general, but it replaces the main character with Shantae and removes all the story cutscene. So if you just get in with selecting character, go use slot 6. I'm just going to say remember that one, because I actually am going to return to the menu a couple of times, so I've got to make sure I'm in the right file. It should always load me up there. Time starts from the moment I gain movement of the tank. I will do my best to call it as accurately as I can. So if we are ready, I will select single player and I will call go when we're ready. So let's do this. Ready, go. Okay. Right, so Blaster Master Zero is split into two particular type sections that can be played. What the first one is tank sections, with the tank Sophia that we have here. I've just got general couple of attacks, got a missile special attack. I'm not going to be picking up any other additional special attacks throughout this run. The other ones are character sections, where it will just be the specific character in a slight sort of overhead aspect. And hopefully they'll go well as well. Oh, okay, I mistimed a bit there. That's not a big major at least. So area 1 is your standard first area of a game. Pretty straightforward. It's Shantae in just outside the tank. Can be done in pretty much quite a few areas. Alright, so we're approaching our first character section. Shantae does come equipped with her magical powers and her animal transformations. The primary one we're going to be using is Elephant for a lot of mobility aspect. It's just faster to dash around as the elephant. Also nice that it could charge through enemies as well as through some solid brick walls. Its turn for magical aspect, I have Fireball, Storm Puff and Scimitar. Fireball I will not be using at any point in the run unless I do something silly. Okay, so that's a good start so far. I mean, it looks like I'm taking a lot of tank damage on purpose, which I am, but even half a meter is a lot of health at this point of the run, as we now approach our first boss of the game. Taking a break from the Metroid series, say hello to Mother Brain. Now, there's a funny thing with Shantae in this game. She's a little OP, so blinking you might miss it. I lost my mashing a little bit there, but not bad. So she's pretty OP, so she pretty much minces through most of the bosses, but not all of them. We'll get our first upgrade now, the Hyper Shot, which is pretty much a level 2 shot to the main cannon on our tank. It also allows me to kill certain enemies, which are pretty much these face walls, which there's one blocking my entrance into Area 2. Get out of the way, little Metroid. Right, RNG's favouring me. The Metroids are primarily staying out of my way, so that's good. There's also another little thing that when I re-enter the tank, the next time I jump out the tank, even if I didn't get any health pickups, it's still going to regenerate my health back to max. So there's the face wall coming up now. And I'm going to try and get a bit of a flush drop here if I can get my aim right. Nice. Okay, into Area 2. So to me this looks more like a bit of an industrial area. We're actually going to be bypassing a good amount of Area 2, because thanks to Shantae, you're supposed to have in general the Crusher Shot, which is the level 3 cannon, but they seem to program Shantae's hair whip with the same sort of aspect, so I can break through these blocks without actually having the specific upgrade that I'm supposed to have in order to break through. So just we're able to take this lower route to pretty much just save time. I will still be getting the level 3 Crusher Shot, simply because there is an area later in the run where it's basically, as far as I'm aware at least, it's impossible to actually complete without it. But it also does boost our attack, and it will certainly help in a lot of areas. So I'm not going to complain, of course. Alright, so now I'm going to start making my way up. So we have a bit of platforming going on here. Try and get the shots off right. Nice. Okay, so far so good. I'm just intentionally bunking up the ceilings just to help myself out with my positioning. Oh wow, for some reason I wasn't holding right. Just to help myself out with positioning in general as I go across. The next room I'm going to be trying to delay my shots a bit to wipe out a few of those little scarab things that will be sighting away. So let's just try and get this. Nice. Okay, good. Right, so far so good. So I'll hop on here and I'll do a little bit of a delay before I jump. Should be able to jump over there, no problem. And if I'm quick enough, I should be able to fall past this little green slug without taking any hits. A little bit slow, but it's only a hit damage. It's not going to really cost much on the time. As we now come into character section number 2. With this area, there's a couple of rooms that has this purple slime that slowly rises on a global timer as the section moves on. So, fortunately, with the elephant dash, it's not really going to get in my way. I'm going to sort of slightly out my way here because I need to get myself back to pretty much full magic, ideally, in order to deal with our next boss of the run, Crabulus. He just has some few sharp, pointy claws. He has a small hitbox in it. Well, he has a hitbox in his face rather than his entire body. But to be fair, just like Mother Brain, he should go down pretty quick as long as I don't mess up my mashing timing. I've took a little more damage than I would have liked actually going through here, so I'm probably going to watch out here. So I'm going to take some more intentional tank damage just to get through this section. Just try and minimalise it as much as I can. I will grab a bit of extra safety health, but it'll only cost me a second to do just to make sure I don't take a death. Plus there's some additional magic there, so it shouldn't be too problematic. So this is Crabulus. So as I say, it'll be done pretty much the same way as Mother Brain was. If I do it right, pretty much all my magic will be gone. I should only really take 1 or 2 hits at the most. Okay, my mashing is bad. Damn, my thumb did not cooperate with me there, unfortunately, but we survived the fight at least. It wasn't too bad, but I should have had it down a little bit quicker. We got plenty of health, so we can just run through this, it's fine. As we now get the Crusher Shot, which as mentioned powers up the main tank cannon, and is going to enable me to pretty much, save time in quite a few areas. Right, so all I can pretty much do now is just go back on myself so I can get myself to the entrance of Area 3. So any donations or anything that needs to be said, this would be a good time for a moment.
Donations. We have got a few. We have Tiny Tim 78 from the last run donates £8.44. Says, hey all, had to donate for a great cause and great runs. Thanks to Nost for showcasing this amazing game, Spyro, and all the other runners. Cheers. Then there was also a £5 donation from Sean1E. They didn't leave a comment, but the £5 is still appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate your donations. Thank you, everyone. It's to a worthy cause as we now enter Area 3. So, a little bit of a gimmick to Area 3. It has these conveyor belts that are completely all around and about the place. One colour takes us one way, one colour takes us another. There's also a pair of manual conveyors. A green one which we have to open all the way up in order to keep it fully open, otherwise it will slam back down. And then there's yellow ones which we can stop at a certain point, but it will always start to close slowly. But with the advantage of using my cannon shots, I can keep the shutters open a bit longer than you're supposed to. Oh my god, I didn't actually think I made that jump, so a bit of a quick little hop there just to make sure. Okay, so far so good. Right, so this one I will open up all the way. I'm going to try and fall all the way down on the right hand side. Then move over. Now this next room, with a simple mistake, can go horribly wrong and can wreck my health pretty badly, so hopefully we won't have that issue. Just slip in. Okay, very good. Just a little bit of traversing, just keeping the hoppings on those conveyors just so it doesn't slow me down. Now again, I'm going to open this one up fully because more times than not, I will always get hit by one of these things. Their trajectory just always gets in my way. So that's pretty much just to get through there. And it's good to note that if you have multiple of the same colour platforms in the same room, whenever you move one switch of that colour, it will move all of them in the room. So I don't mind pulling some of them down more than you would normally. Right, just going to try and make sure I get up here without missing too much. Alright. Hopefully I can get a big health drop from this guy here. No, alright, no worries. There's a big health right over here for safety. I'll just grab that. Hopefully I'll get this turret just above me. Nope. Alright, never mind. 2 hits. Okay. This might be slightly problematic. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Right. I've skipped the save pad, which is very risky, because if I take a death on this next boss, it is going to be roughly a 2-minute time loss. But there is a particular reason why we don't hit that save pad that we'll see in a moment. Okay, so this is Central Gear. He is essentially RNG. There's one of 6 patterns he can do at the beginning. Hopefully he'll give me a good pattern, I'll take him down pretty quickly. I'm going to focus a bit because my health is a little lower than I would like. Not the good one. Got him in a good spot though. Might be able to kill him here. Yes, got you! That is actually one of the harder one cycles to get. I'm pretty good. I was lucky I was in the right spot. Right, so this is why I didn't hit that save pad. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm actually going to save in this menu and then return to the in-game menu. And because I've saved on the main in the in-game menu, it's going to save the boss kill and the item I just picked up. But because I didn't hit any save pads, it's going to take me back to the last entrance I entered in, which happened to be Area 3, so I could now start my backtrack to Area 2, saving a good amount of time. The upgrade that I did pick up was the hover mechanic. That's going to allow me, at the expense of my special meter, to hover around and about. Another note on the special meter, it does slowly regenerate over time. So that's always a good thing to keep on top of for maintaining. And there's hover in the flesh. Right, just a little more backtracking to go to get back into Area 1, so I can make my way to Area 4. Come on, tanky boy. Please be gone. There, you got the green slug as well, nice. Right, so for the start of Area 1, I'm actually going to be trying to trigger my hover at the top of my trajectory to try and maintain as much of my special meter as I can, just to skip a platform at the end. And my god, I got a bit of a weird glitch there where if you hover just before you hit the floor, sometimes it will just activate the hover. But I got very lucky there and actually got a lucky hover drop. So we should be okay. I'm just going to take it a little easy because my health is a bit low. I should be okay with a half a meter at this point, to be fairly honest. If I don't feel too comfortable, I will take a retry, which will replenish my health and my special meter when I get into Area 4, but we'll see how the health progressive goes. Right, so I wanted to keep my meter up to a certain point, because once I get to a certain point of this platform, I'm going to start to jump and hover earlier than intended, just to skip a platform up here, which is just on the lower side there, and I can go straight to this one and collect the hovers that are on these platforms to make my way into Area 4. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whee. Okay, so Area 4 is a sewer area. I tend to call this room the target practice. Even though I don't need to kill all the enemies, I tend to do so just to get my eye in some aspects. But this area is sort of a little bit of a mini maze. So one of the more important parts of this zone is obviously being able to know which way to go. There are a couple of ways that you can take. But also something else which I'll think about when I remember. I'm hitting that save point on purpose, slightly out my way, because that's where I need to be at the end of this section. I'm going to be doing a save and return to menu again, and I completely forgot about that turret. Oh my days, I'm bad. Okay, 2 bars of health. I'm going to probably focus a little more than normal just to make sure I don't die. But I should, as long as I don't do anything silly, should be able to make it to a point where there's some good health. But yeah, the other important thing is around this area is enemy memorization is a pretty big thing as well. So I'm going to get onto this little lip here to take out the inevitable bee. When I fall down, I'm going to hopefully start my hover at a good time so I can go underneath these flies. Thank you very much. Onto these 2 platforms, shoot off a quick shot to take the inevitable bee that is in my way. So that's the more dangerous part of this area that I was worried about, considering I am on lower health at the moment. When I get into the next set of screens, I should be okay to pick up 2 large health just to get my health back up. Do not hit that save pad, otherwise it's going to ruin the whole return to menu. Drop onto here, 3 quick shots to take out the swarm of flies that are inevitably going to be in my way. And here's that big bit of health, I'll grab that, I do not want to take any risks. Watch out for you, Sniper B. I saw you. So, a nice bit of a hop here, 1, 2, 3, take out those flies there. And as I fall down here, I'm going to tap hover to the side of me to avoid that little red dude that's going to be in my way. So we're almost at the boss of Area 4. And this boss, welcome to good old Ribby Roll. Hey, Froggy. Wait, Froggy? How dare you make me think of Big the Cat? I hate you so much right now. Here we go, let's get some vengeance. Die, Froggy, die! Sorry, he enraged me a little bit. Okay, so that'll get us the key that we need to get into, or get past the barrier to get into Area 5. So as mentioned, I'll go back into the menu and save to save that progress, and then return to the in-game menu. So that'll bring me back to the save pad that I touched, and we can just go straight to the right. Right, so I'm going to do something that's specific to the EX characters, that they actually have the ability to call their tank to their current location. I'll touch upon that more later in the run when it becomes a bit more valuable to me. Right, at the beginning of Area 5 I was going to retry. Retrying on a save pad or at the beginning of an area will instantly regenerate my health, but more importantly for this part, my special meter. So I can hover all the way over to this side to pick up Shantae's specific upgrade in the shape of Squid Baron called the Brainy Dance. This is going to allow me to transform into the very first boss of the run, Mother Brain. Now, yeah, taking a bit of time to get that upgrade, sure, but in the first time I use it, it will save me that time and then some. So Area 5 is your standard water area. We're dropping the tank off because the tank is very slow underwater at this point until we get the upgrade that we require for it. Right, my mashing timing has been a bit off this run so far, so I'm hoping to get through this. I'm going to have to take a face wall on without the tank. So I'm just going to go a little quiet here just to try and hopefully get it. There we go, again a bit of a rhythm, and didn't really want to take that hit if I'm honest. Okay, good. I actually do want to go through most of this area at full health. I do have a reason for that. We'll get it. We're going to start going low and pull it up. That should hopefully manipulate that guy to shoot into the ground rather than shooting into my face. And then we can make our way through. Again, apart from that, there's not really much else to really speak about for Area 5 at this point. So once again, if you have any donations or anything, feel free to do so right now. Whoa. My pad desynced slightly for a moment there. Okay, should be fine. I'm going to pray that RNG doesn't give me a little bit of a hard time here with the little Metroids that are going to be swimming around here. Hopefully they'll just stay out my way. That's not... Ah, get out of the way! They can be a bit of a troll at times. Now, normally we would do a tank hit here. Because I've already took a hit and I want to really try and get to the next boss with full health, I'm actually going to intentionally wait, just sacrifice a couple of seconds, just so I don't take another hit. As we go now through this little corridor, I'm going to try and watch out for the water currents. You can just go to the ground and crawl, but crawling is very slow. I will need to crawl at some point, but I want to get to the end of this stretch first before I do so. Okay, not too bad. So Mother Brain is now going to come into here. An ability that Mother Brain has is the ability to float. So all of this waiting for platform cycles is now no longer a... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, to be fair, for as long as I don't take any more hits, I should be able to get back to full health. So, yeah, we can pretty much just skip out the entirety of waiting for all of these platforms and just be a big little brainy boy, brainy girl, brainy everything, with a nice set of earrings. Now say hello to Hardshell, or at least a part of him. This boss fight to get the quick kill can be pretty risky. I'm going to be using pretty much the same sort of mentality that I have done with the original first two bosses, using my Stormpath and my Scimitar to my advantage. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lucky magic drop, so I'm going to have to hope to get it in the boss fight, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get the quick kill. But unfortunately, his weak point is on his back, So in order to get to that, I'm actually going to dash through his body. If I mistime it, I'm going to end up taking quite a lot of damage, and he's likely to kill me. So hopefully we get a quick kill here. Okay, here we go. Okay, that'll do. That was actually a pretty good kill. Just, again, I don't know what's going on with my hand right now, but my timing for my hair mashing is subpar. But we're still getting through pretty damn well. To be fair, if I'm perfectly honest, we now get the dive gear, which is going to enable us to actually maneuver underwater with the tank. But first I need to get the tank. Now, I did mention earlier that the AS characters have that specific ability where they can call the tank to their location. Unfortunately for Area 5, that actually does not allow you to do it underwater, basically. So I've got to make my way to a save pad, because they have a second property where when you hit a save pad and you wait on it for a little bit, it'll give you a cue to be able to call your tank to that location, and then we can speed our way over to Area 6. Hey Sniper Joe, don't worry, I've got too much health, so you're no threat. You're no threat, but I'm getting hit by you so many times that was mental. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to make this face wall forget the day he met me, hopefully. But oh wow, what is wrong with my mashing timing? All right, only 3 bars short. That should be okay. So dive gear not only enables my tank to go underwater better and faster, it now enables me to be able to push through water currents. So we can just pretty much push through here to get to the entrance of Area 6. Just take care of him, because he can fire a missile that can get in our way. Those guys probably just decided Shantae's too strong, forget it, and just had enough of us. Okay, so here we go into Area 6. Now this is the game's ice arena. Right now it's not very icy. It will be soon. Oh, there it is. It's very icy now. So this area is going to be a lot of obstruction that's going to be coming in my way. So my mashing timing has been off, and this is really one of the areas where my mashing timing really needs to be on point. But right now the ice isn't quite here, so we've got to trigger it and activate it. And just a little bit of Shantae moonwalking, because why not? Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can get up here. Right, so activating the ice, when I get into this next room, you're going to see where the problem is. Lots and lots of ice blocks. So, as I say, just pretty much optimizing mashing and jump timings just to be able to get through. So far, so good. In the next room, I'm going to take an intentional hit, hopefully at the right point of the mine, so it positions me perfectly, so I can just aim up and fire and destroy the ice blocks. Slightly off. In comes the mash fest. That was actually a very good Area 6, to be fair. Now, I mentioned we wanted to get the crusher shot specifically for this area, Area 6, because we couldn't complete it. And as an added advantage, thanks to Shantae's abilities as well as the calling the tank to your location, we could take the back entrance by using the monkey jump, or the monkey ability, call the tank to our location to be able to break the blocks, so we can start using the climb of the monkey, pretty much effectively skipping a good chunk of what Area 6 actually would have to offer. Then we'll get into the next character section of the run. And I'll talk briefly on this boss, so I'm going to go a bit quiet on him because things can go horribly wrong at times. It's one of the only bosses that Shantae does tend to struggle with, because it's going to be based on RNG. There's going to be a bunch of nodes on the sides of the walls, which I need to be able to destroy, but when they actually open is basically up to the game. They all have this little laser thing which I can trigger to open up a node if the RNG is in the right spot. And all I can do is just try and get in between them and use the mother brain ability to just to destroy them as quick as I can. But I will open up the fight by using the elephant to break the 4 nodes on the bottom right. Just a couple of stormbots before transforming into mother brain, and then we'll just see how this goes. Hopefully RNG's on my side. So far, so good. Actually, this is very good so far. Let's get rid of a couple of those spiky things. They're getting a little annoying. My health's at least in a good spot. That felt like it was very good RNG in all fairness. That might have been better than it's got in my mind. So that is Ancient Freeze Down. Funnily enough, the original character of this game can pretty much make mincemeat of that boss. So now we've got our final upgrade, the wall climb. That's going to allow us to climb up the walls in the tank, which is a very nice little upgrade. It's an upgrade we need to actually get into Area 7. Pretty much though at this point now, to get to Area 7, I've got a lot of backtracking to do. I've got to make my way back through Area 6 to get to Area 5, to get to Area 4, to take myself back to Area 1, to then get to Area 2, and then finally to Area 3, where Area 7 is held. So, once again, this is going to be quite a few minutes, so any donations or admin you'd like to get through, this will be a very good time.
There's no new donations yet, but, you know, this will be a good time to donate, if you have that ability. Remember, we're trying to raise money for special effects, so if you want to dig deep, they're pretty much the perfect charity to dig deep for. Like I said earlier, this is basically the last true speed run of UKSM at Insomnia, so it'd be a really, really good time for you to donate if you can.
And now, silence. Unfortunately, there really isn't a lot I can really speak about at this point. I'll get ahead of myself slightly and talk a little bit about Area 7 and Area 8. Both of those areas, when something goes wrong, something goes horribly wrong. So I basically don't want to take any real damage in there, otherwise I could easily get killed. Unfortunately, if I do take an F, it will just send me back to the beginning of the area or the last save pad I hit, so it won't really do much damage to the run, but it will obviously do damage to the time. But Area 7 has stealth elements to it. There's only 2 parts in the tank section that are realistically stealth. And one of them, the main one is a searchlight on the roof, which we're going to be triggering on purpose. And as long as I aim my trajectory right, I should be able to just destroy the group of worms that it will fire out before it has a chance to do anything to me. Apart from that, how's everyone doing? Everyone having a good time?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh,
you weren't kidding when you said there was a lot of backtracking in this part, huh? there is a whole lot of backtracking.
Oh yeah, unfortunately I can't use the good old return to menu trick because I've gone through quite a few doors by this point, so it unfortunately will not do me any favours. In fact, it'll actually cost me time, so...
Yeah, don't do that.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It looks like the very beginning of the run now, so welcome to Blaster Master 0. Let's just do it all again.
I don't think you have the time to restart the run, so let's. I don't know if I'd advise that.
Oh well, never mind. Ah, damn it, that was a bad jump on my part. Hopefully we can get flushed down number 2. Ah, got myself caught a little bit, but that weren't too bad in all fairness. I promise you, we're getting there. We're getting there. But I do at least have the advantage of having hover as well as having crusher shot, so I don't have to jump out of the tank with to get Shantae's hair whip into play. I could just cannon shoot my way through and use the hover just to save bits of time here and there as I just go along the floor grounds to make my way back to Area 3. When we're there, we'll pretty take the same path, but instead of going all the way down, we'll be moving over to the left-hand side to a green conveyor belt where I needed the wall climb to move a conveyor that is on the right side of the wall. Okay, Area 3. Don't need to take the lower route now, as I have hover. Hopefully get this right. A couple of shots there just to break the first layer, get the next layer down. We're good. Alright, not bad, not bad. This all looks familiar once again. Sorry. I really shouldn't sing. Probably a couple of eardrums just popped there. Okay, here we go. We're at the point that we need to be at. So as mentioned, just need the wall climb just to open this green set of doors to get into Area 7. Now, from this point on, I may go a little bit more quieter than normal because, as I say, you get hit by an enemy, you can get clustered, you don't have many iframes overall, and things can go horribly wrong. But as I did say, there are two different types of stealth. One of them are like these searchlights. You have one of these guys here which suffer from Metal Gear Solid 1 vision, only having those cone little vision there, so they'll never really present a threat to me as long as I don't do anything silly. Hopefully I don't just sink myself there. And this room will have the first searchlight, so hopefully I'm going to trigger it, aim up, and bang, they're gone. So there's several searchlights that I'm going to be triggering on purpose for time purposes, and as long as I get my aim right, it shouldn't present a problem. Okay, now this one we got two searchlights, so I can get rid of one quickly, but the other one I've just got to work with whatever it gives me. Oh my, really? That was brilliant. The game just happened to have the right jumping pattern there. So a few more of these Metal Gear guys just having a little party. We'll let them party on for a little bit. We'll just take the higher route. Oh, hello. You lived. Now this one I like pretty well because I'm going to be falling down and trigger it and destroying the searchlight as I fall down, hopefully. Bang. Yeah, nice. So far, so good. So a room I'm coming up to, there's a lot of things that are around there. It's going to look very dangerous, but as long as I kill every enemy as I go, all I've got to really do is hold right, and it really, the roof turrets will never touch me. So it's really not as dangerous here as you may think. Alright, so we're almost done with the bulk of Area 7. Full health, full meter, great. And we'll come up into Shantae's character section, which has some stealth elements of their own. I am not going to push my luck with it too much because the guys in here can rip your health pretty quickly. So I'm going to take it a bit slow at first, and then I will start to dash through a few enemies as I go. Just get in the right position through that door. I've got to wait for him to move up. Dash, dash. Okay, good. This is where I need to be. So as I take my time a little bit here. 1, 2. I'll wait for him to move by, and now I will intentionally go through him because they should only do about 2 to 4 bars of damage at the very most. Very nice. Right, so tank section, and we're coming up to a boss with no tank. So it's little good old Shantae versus this big old meanie. Hello, skeleton boss. Now you may think I'm just not forgetting the name, but no. His name is actually Skeleton Boss. Unfortunately, you cannot do damage with Shantae, so I've actually got to get the tank back here by climbing up the left side a bit. So let's get that tank back in first. Right, now hopefully I'm just going to pretty much get in his face and unload. Hopefully I won't take too much damage because I'm like, oh, get in the tank please. Oh, let's just delay that a sec. Nice, okay. Now, I've got full health, I've managed my meter to where I'd like it to be. I am going to go quiet for a bit now because Area 8, like Area 7, you get hit, you take a lot of damage, except it's a lot worse. So let's see how this goes. Right, I'm going to take an intentional hit here, and hopefully... Oh, okay, spikes were slightly out of in the way a bit awkwardly, but okay, I didn't take too much damage, we should be okay. RNG, how dare you? La 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 la. Right, this next room is going to be a bunch of enemies up on the roof. As long as I fall at the right moment, we should just skip right by them. Oh, hello. Alright, half a bar, I should be okay. Right, so that's probably some of the hardest section of this area done. It's still not a walk in the park, though, of course, to go through this remaining section. Don't worry, I will be hitting the save pad a little bit later, but the rest of this up until that point shouldn't be too bad. Now, you can take two paths through here, left side and right side. Left side is quicker by about 5 to 6 seconds. However, the room you visited or greeted with is basically a mirrored version of this room, except there's about 2 times the enemies there, but it feels like there's about 3. So I've always taken right side just because it's far more consistent to me. Okay, I'll hit the save pad just in case. Right, if I can get my hover right, we should be able to just curve around here, here, and here. Okay, good. Coming up to the next character section rather soon. Oh, you don't usually live. Okay, let's just drop down, reposition my trajectory. Oh god, I can't believe I missed every single bee there. What the hell? My aim is bad. Oh, that's very nice of the game. Give me a big health drop there. Okay, so this is the second to last character section. We're just pretty much going to be zigzagging around and about. Just optimizing my elephant dashes as best as I can. There will be some intentional damage I'm going to be taking in the next room. As long as I stay above half a meter, I should be fine for the boss. If not, I will hit the save pad and take a retry just to be on the safe side. Right, 3 bars should be no problem. As we enter antibody cell, he's got a few things around him. We're going to have got 3 storm puffs to take out his shield. Now, hopefully, he'll just come straight back towards me, but he has a chance to dart to the side. If I gauge him darting to the side quick enough, I should still be able to get him very quickly. Alright, that's perfect. He should be down any second now. And that gives us the area key 2. And we've got a little bit more of a tank section to do. Got to open a shutter, and then we can enter the final part of the run. My hover meter is a little low. If I space it out right, we should be okay. Just maintaining my hop trajectory. Nice. Okay, good. Over these bees. No. Well, thank God I had that big health, because that could have been very dangerous. Final room for the tank, and then the tank will be done. And then it will just be 1 character section left, followed by the final 2 bosses of the run. So say goodbye to the tank, and in we go. So this is actually very simple, really. Oh, very simple. It's a game of pick a door. If you get the right door, you move to the next room. You get the wrong door, it takes you to a little mini boss battle. You may have noticed I'm constantly going through the left door. Turns out all but one is actually the left door. So it's pretty much as good as that. Transform to my brain just to cut this section out here. And now we're going to be entering the final 2 bosses. They'll be following back to back. I forgot which way the names are. I think this one is the Overlord. And I'm just going to keep to the side of him. It's like we're pretty much doing a little bit of a jig, a little bit of a dance with him. Hopefully I don't take any damage, because I really don't want to take any damage going into the final boss. Right, he should go down. Alright, okay, I took 1 hit. Dependent on what the final boss does now, it will depend on whether or not he's going to kill me or not. He's an RNG boss. He has one of 4 color coordinate patterns he could do. Time will be on the final hit. All I'll say for now is the one color I'd love to see is green. The one I don't want to see is red. Alright, orange. Should be fine. Alright, get ready on time. Get ready on time! Time! Right now, I am very scared. Because that run, there was a few hiccups here and there, but they were usually minor things. A second or so here and there. RNG for the most part was solid. So
what do you think you got?
I could probably give you a rough estimation once I return back into the in-game menu. Because for me, usually, from my experience, maybe something's gone different today, I don't know, but it's usually anywhere between 20 and 25 seconds within the game time above what my in-game time is. So I'm curious to see this for myself. Oh, wow.
So your run time was 37 minutes and 22 seconds.
Holy hell. That is a very solid run.
Well, it's not just a solid run. You're not going to mention it because you're the most humble man alive. But it's not just a solid run. It's a new world record run. And not only is it a new world record, it's a new world record by almost a minute.
World record!
So the world record has been broken live on UKSM for the first time. Well done. That was incredible.
Just me, my Switch, and my lovely Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons. Who would have thought a world record of anything would be broken on Joy-Cons?
This is what you get when you're too stubborn to invest in a fucking sorry, Mama Larry, I kind of got off track there. When you invest in a pro controller, that's too much money for me. I'll just stuck to that. And this game, as for those that know me well, I'm primarily a Pirate's Curse runner, and I've put a lot of time to it. And this game, when I started getting into it, very quickly up that this is pretty much my second favourite game speedrun, very close to Pirate's Curse, and I've put a lot of time to practice on this, and I'm so happy that I ended up running it about the similar time that my practice has gone, so holy hell! Woo! Okay, I think I'm going to have a power nap.
Okay, well, while TKY has his power nap, I guess I'll give the final farewell to this day's runs, because that was the last run of the day. I hope you've enjoyed this today's stream. It was a little bit iffy at the beginning, but we've come through with a world record broken by TKY. That's absolutely incredible. We'll see you back here tomorrow, hopefully, for some speed running tutorials. If there are some games that you've ever wanted to learn how to run, they might be shown tomorrow, which would be pretty cool. So please, join us then. For now, the stream is over.